Hello everyone, happy holidays. This week our goal is to get into the holiday spirit. Sometimes I feel like it's a little difficult for it to feel like Christmas time, so the best way to do that is reading holiday themed books. We have a couple books on our radar for this week and I have high hopes for them because they're authors that I either like or have heard really good things about. The first book on our radar is Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. I've never read a book by B.K. Borison, but I know people absolutely adore her books and I'm very excited for this one. What is this about? This is a magical romance, which I did not know. I love the sprayed edges on this book. I know some people are haters of them, but I think they're pretty. Do I think too many books have them at this point? Possibly, but these ones are so cute. It looks so Christmassy. Then we have Hannah Grace's newest release, which is Holiday Ever After. I love Hannah Grace. Very quick, fast-paced writing. A lot of found family in her books, which I think is really sweet. And I like how you can see the little stores in the back remind me of those spice shakers. I hope you know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'll put a picture up. They're like really cute, pretty ones that like everyone wants, but they're like vintage, so they're hard to find. So I think that's really cute. It looks like so cozy. The last book, I don't know if we're gonna get into, but we have it just in case, is The Christmas Tree Farm by Lori Gilmore. I've read one of her books, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. It's Gilmore Girls-esque. It's very cute, very cozy, super fast-paced reads. All of her books are based in the same town. I think that's really cute, and they're like perfectly seasonal books. I think I am gonna start reading Good Spirits and get into a little bit, and yeah, we'll get our first impressions. There's still a little bit of snow on the ground because we got snow a little bit ago, and it's supposed to snow on Wednesday, so fingers crossed, because that would be so perfect for this video. I haven't updated you guys at all, but I literally have less than 100 pages left. This is one of the most bingeable books ever. I don't think I explained anything of what's going on because I had no idea. I went into this pretty blind because I didn't even know that it was like a magical romance, and I love the magical element. So we're following Harriet, who is just a normal person. She loves Christmas. She loves little trinkets. She works at an antique shop. She is just a like bright sunshine person. And then we have Nolan, who is the ghost of Christmas past, like actually the ghost of Christmas past, and he died in like the 1900s. He used to be a sailor, and he now like has to work for his job in the afterlife, and he wants it to be over. He does not want to be doing this for the rest of his life. I really like how fast this book got into what was actually going on. I feel like a lot of times in romance books it takes a little bit for something to actually happen, but on page 8 he appears in her living room and he's like, "You need to go through your reckoning." And she's like, "What are you talking about? I'm a good person, like I didn't do anything wrong." So then he'll take her hand and bring her into her memories, like into a past memory, and she's supposed to like reflect on it and change as a person, and then he can finish his assignment. He'll be able to send her off to the ghost of Christmas present and he'll be able to move on. But this girl is special, and his magic kind of starts going haywire and things get a little out of hand. Obviously they're falling for each other, and it is so sweet because Harriet, like, she wants so bad to be loved, but no one in her life shows her that kind of love besides her aunt, who has passed away, and her mom has kind of like disowned her, like her mom and her dad, because she didn't live up to their expectations, even though she's just following her own dreams and not the dream that they set out for her. And her and her sister always promised each other that they would always be close, and then they got into an argument. We have yet to know like what exactly happened between them, and now they don't talk either, so she just kind of feels like she has no one. Obviously, I said Nolan just wants to be done with this. He wants to move on. He wants to like actually move on to the afterlife, not just be a part of this job, basically. Like, he wants to be done working because it's exhausting dealing with like the worst of the worst of humanity. He like starts instilling confidence in her, and it's helping her like build a backbone, so she stops trying to please everyone in her life, and she is bringing out a spark in him. He can't dream, he can't feel anything because he's dead. But things start to change when they start hanging out more. It's so much fun to follow them like into Harry's past and him being like why on earth am I assigned to this girl? She has done nothing wrong. Like, they went and they watched her struggle to cut down a Christmas tree. As I said, I have exactly 100 pages left, I think. I'm a bit curious as to what's gonna happen because they're on a timeline. So Nolan has 1 month to be done with his assignment, which is Harriet. They're trying to make the most of their time together, and he shows up on December 1st, I think, and then he has until Christmas Eve to finish the assignment and for them to both like move on. But as I said, things are kind of going not wrong, but just different from anything he's really experienced. I don't see how there could be a happy ending for this story, so I'm a little intrigued. I'm almost positive there's gonna be one, but I'm just very curious how it's all gonna play out because I think we still have like 1 or 2 more memories to go through with Harriet because there's some things that she like alludes to that we still don't know, like she did something bad in her eyes. I'm also obsessed with Harriet. She finds the good in everything, and I strive to be that positive, but it's very difficult. And I think she sees the good in everyone and makes excuses for everyone, even if they've hurt her, which can be a slight flaw, and like no one is helping her out. And they're so cute. But also he kind of pisses me off when he gets frustrated. He takes it out on her, and I'm sorry, my whole family's home, so if you can hear voices and vacuuming, that's what's going on. When he gets frustrated, he takes it out on her, and that is my biggest pet peeve. I'm sorry, if you're going through something, talk about it, don't yell. I hate that, like in real life and in books. I don't like that sort of thing. So that's a little pet peeve of mine because he did it once and he promised he wouldn't do it again, and then he did it again. So, and this poor girl just wants to feel loved by someone, and then he gives her that, and then he would yell at her, and it's like, I don't like that. But he's redeeming himself at the moment, so we'll see what happens in the next 100 pages. Oh, also something absolutely crazy just happened, and Nolan is trying to act like it didn't just happen, and he's stressing me out a little bit, but like I said, we'll see. I think he's officially redeemed himself. He has her back, and it's amazing. This is literally a silly little romance, and I'm actually scared about what's gonna happen at the end of this because I have like 50 pages left, and I'm so scared. Like, this is supposed to be a sweet, happy romance, so why am I scared? I don't know. Okay, so it's only been like an hour or so since I talked to you guys, but I have finished Good Spirits, and I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars, maybe. I'm gonna sit on it for a little bit, but I think we're gonna give it 4 stars. This was so good. I don't know if you can see, but I was crying at the end of this book because truly you don't know how it's gonna end until like literally the last 2 pages, and it is such a beautiful story. I loved the character development of Harriet and how she grew into herself. It was just so wonderful in the way Nolan helped her. In the end, Nolan meets a very special character, and it is so sweet. I love how everything pulled together. Now, it doesn't make that much sense to me, like the way it ends, but I'm happy with the way it ended. A little confused on how it like works, but overall, I don't even care about the logistics of it. It's just a fun, magical romance, and I love them. I love when we're in Nolan's point of view and he just talks about how much he adores Harriet and all the cute little things about her. Like all his thoughts about her, or about how wonderful and amazing she is. And he just wants the best for her. And he helped her see herself in that light. And I think that is so beautiful. This was a very successful read. I'm so happy I picked it up. And it is like so perfect for the Christmas time. It is so Christmassy, obviously, because we're following them the month of December. Definitely pick this up if you're feeling the holiday spirit and you want a fun romance for that time, because this is such a fast read and I absolutely adored it. Also, the last 2 lines in the acknowledgement says, "I hope you'll come back for another visit to the Department of Hauntings and Spirits. I heard a rumor there's a Reaper on the loose," which means we're getting a book interconnected with this, which I think is so fun because the whole idea of it is so interesting. I forgot to say this, but their like headquarters is in Bed Bath & Beyond. Like, I think that's hilarious. So like Beyond is a play on the fact that like it's the afterlife. Anyways, I think that's probably all I'm gonna read today because this made me so emotional. I love them so much. I'm worried that it might be too much Christmas to read another holiday book right away. So I'm probably just gonna give myself the night and not read anything, and probably talk to you guys tomorrow when we start Holiday Ever After by Hannah Grace, which I'm sure will be another fast-paced, quick read, which is very perfect because it is finals at the moment, so I need something to distract me from that because not a fan of finals. This might even be 4.5 stars, honestly. This was so good. I love them so much. I think it's time for a little update on Holiday Ever After. I don't think I talked at all about what this is even about because I wasn't really sure, but we're following Clara Davenport, and her family owns this massive toy company, and her dad is pretty much a greedy asshole. Clara was away on leave for a year, so she just got back into her role at the department, and all of a sudden this video goes viral of this girl accusing their toy brand of stealing the design from their local business in their town, and they did, but Clara has nothing to do with it, but now it's her problem to fix. So she goes to the town, and Jack is the one who created the toy, but like everyone in the town is involved in a step of it, but it was his idea. So she's at the town, and her goal is to observe and talk to the woman who made the video so she can try to fix it, because there's also a promotion that's possibly going to be happening because someone is leaving and she really wants his position in the design aspect of things. Her dad is basically telling her, like, if you don't fix this problem, you're not getting the promotion, but if you do fix it, the job's yours. So she's very determined to fix this, but she has intentions of just going to the town, observing, and then maybe talking about what's going on, how can she fix this. But she goes to a bar, and of course Jack is there, and they hit it off immediately, like an instant connection, and they spend the whole night together. They have so much fun. And then the next morning Clara wakes up and decides to do her observing, and then she finds out that the man that she had the sizzling connection with is the man who's behind the creation of the doll, and he hates her, pretty much. She hates what her company did. He doesn't hate her. And everyone's convinced that she is money hungry and she's the problem, but you can tell that she genuinely wants to fix this. That's kind of the gist of what we've got going on. I'm only 61 pages in, but I'm really excited to see what's going to happen because her and Jack are just making me giggle, and I love when that happens. Time I talked to you guys, honestly, but I'm now 250 pages into Holiday Ever After, and this is so cute. I'm loving the small town aspect and how Clara is winning everyone over. It is so sweet. And also I got a new chair. my old chair's back there. But this one reclines back, so we have even more comfy reading time, and I am so excited. We're gonna do a little bit of reading, and hopefully I'll finish this today. But I am so cozy and a bit difficult to not try to fall asleep right now. The only thing I don't like about this book is it's like the trope of how like we don't have time, like we're gonna enjoy the time we have together and then it's over. You know that's not gonna work. You were both so attached to each other. You know, like that's not gonna work. You're gonna be so depressed and then they're gonna get back together. I don't enjoy that in books. I think it's so stupid and like the worst trope ever. So I finished Holiday Ever After. It's been a few days and I kind of just wanted to think about it for a little bit because I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to rate this. The romance in it was not my favorite thing. Honestly, it just, I don't know. I didn't feel anything for it. I didn't care for the relationship. However, I loved the small town. I think it was so sweet. I want more on those characters in the small town versus like the people that we got. I loved how Clara was helping them in her friendship and her bonds with them, especially Flo. And overall, I like how it ended. I like how Clara stood up for herself against her dad. Very happy for her for that. And I'm curious about what's gonna happen in the end because there's no like big epilogue at the end of this, I don't think. Oh, the epilogue is 1 year later, but even then I'm like, I don't know. This just wasn't my favorite. I feel like I didn't like feel anything for it. It was really quick and I wanted to keep reading because I liked the small town, but I didn't actually care for Clara or Jack, so I don't know. Read it if you want the holiday vibes, but I think Good Spirits was 10 times better. That book was phenomenal. I'm still thinking about it because I loved their chemistry and the romance that they had, and I just honestly didn't really care for the romance in this one. And usually I like Hannah Grace's writing, but I don't know. This just wasn't for me, and that's fine. Let me know if you guys have any other good holiday book recs that feel like Good Spirits or anything that you just really enjoyed, because I could definitely read a few more, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if maybe I didn't like Holiday Ever After as much because I read it right after Good Spirits. I don't know. Maybe it just wasn't for me. I always feel bad when I don't like a book, but that is fine because reading is subjective. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.